How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky, 3rd chapter. So, thank you so much for letting me have a bit of a break. I had a really good time when I went to the convention. I've said this in the previous videos, but still, I want to say thank you. Because it meant you had to be patient, and we're here. And unfortunately, I'm worried I'm getting sick, so that could be a problem in the future. But for now, I'm doing okay. I'm gonna move forward. We're gonna see how it goes. But for today, we're gonna be jumping right back into things, and I'm excited to say that we're doing Scherazard, at least one. I think there might be 2 we can do, if I recall. Maybe I'm misremembering because it has been a bit, but we're going to be jumping into that, just kind of going straight for it. We know that there's a main door, and it's one of the ones that tends to be really long, so who knows if we'll even be able to do it all in one episode, because I think, the last door, because I think it's a star door, right? Or the moon door. There's star, moon, and sun. I think suns are the games. I think moon is the short stories, and star is, the long ones. I think it's a star one, so we'll see, because, the Chloe one, we definitely had to break it up. We'll see how this plays out for this, but then, we got the Shera door, and I feel like there was a second door that we qualified with Shera, and then after that, we will be jumping into the last section of this floor, whatever, the beast floor, whatever they call it. But yeah, we're gonna be jumping into all that. Really excited to see how this all pans out. Very, very much enjoying myself, and it's hard to explain. I feel like I think about this series all the time. And it's weird because it's one of those things where it's good to see that there's a lot of people who are getting really re-excited or are becoming new fans of the series with the remake, remaster, and all that. But man, I'm still so glad I got to play the originals. I'm glad that you all put me on, I kind of put this in my path, recommending it to me, because man, this story is just so good. And the characters and the world building is just enjoyable. It's very inspirational. It makes me want to be a better creator, which makes me want to make my own content, which is just really fun. But yeah, we're just got more to explore, so I guess there's not much else to say. I feel like I've already built up the characters and the teams as much as I want to, so let's jump in that door and see what grand adventures await for us in there. So let's get started. All right, so here's one thing that's interesting. So we have these bubbles that have been the different planes, right? And I feel like they're associated with these big bubbles, which makes me think that there's only 2 more big areas, but then what's these little bubbles? I'm not sure what those are supposed to represent, because so far they're not filled, so not sure what that's all about. Interesting. But I have no idea how to tell exactly which, what ones we're doing. Okay, so moon door, dancer with the silver lock, so that's the door we're gonna be doing today. I got the different sun, moon, and stars wrong, but that's okay. I need Agate before we can open this door, so I can get her. We already got pure white radiance proof for scholarship. The girl shines like the sun, and the boy who cherishes the light be by her side. That's gonna be Estelle and Joshua. Then star doors. Oh, we have so many of these still to even discover. The girl entrusts her feelings to the blade. We did that one. And talks with his fist. The boy with the amber eyes and the princess, the indomitable will. Those are not prudent sons of battle. We already done that one. Guardian of a family. Okay, and then there was another one. I swear, am I just misremembering? I guess I'm just misremembering. I could have sworn there was another door that Shera was a part of. Maybe I thought it was Shera, but it turned out not to be. That could be what it was. But all right. Dancer with the silver locks. Let's go. Oh, wow. Oh, I didn't know it. Why did the menu open there? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even know. If you held the cursor towards the top of the screen for a couple seconds, it would bring up a pseudo menu. That's interesting. Huh. Well, learn something new every day. All right, let's go. Again, this is one of those doors. It's probably going to be a while, so just brace yourself. It's probably this episode, if not the next 2.
Nanji, 銀髪の華麗なる踊り子、我が元に引き連れよ。
Yeah, let's open the door. Time for Shera to shine. I imagine this is going to be interesting too, because she had some of the most pertinent, her story kind of shown a lot in the 2nd chapter, and having to have her face against her older sister slash pseudo
ここ
mom
に記憶
and
の
having
か
her
けら
be
と祝福を与えん。
the one who having that pseudo mom slash older sister be the person who actually killed her like adoptive father and shattered her whole childhood and having to confront that. Like it'd be like finding out that like your parent or I don't know, a beloved sibling or like a favorite aunt or uncle had literally killed your parents. Like could you imagine that? That'd be insane. So I'm really interested to see if that's what it's going to explore about her like recovering through that. And also I'm not convinced that Lulacola, her dance, her pseudo mom slash sister. I'm not convinced she's dead because, you know, I don't feel like people die in this.
Scherazard.
Anyway.
Scherazard.
Is that Anya? Yeah, she drunk us and Oliver under the table.
あら、ここどこ?
Look at that drunk Shera face. That's great.
大丈夫? 少し飲みすぎなんじゃない? 懐かしい夢を見たわ。
Yeah, which one was that?
あの頃は私も若かったわよね。久しぶりにいい感じに酔ったみたいね。
Yeah, you're terrifying.
でも、あんまり年寄り臭いことを言うものじゃないわ。
Okay.
そうだよ。Scherazard君。
Olivier, you stop that. I remember, like, the first game, I was calling him Oliver the whole time. I can't believe I never even, like, it's like I just decided his name was Oliver and just didn't even think to look at it closely.
僕はね、僕は。
あら、オリビエさん、もう起きちゃったの？寝覚めに一杯どうぞ。
No, please.
やめて。やめて。
She's not forcing you to drink it, dude.
あんた、何鬼なことしてんのよ。フォークナー、オリビエにもう一本つけてやって。
You know what better.
ああ、ある。
I love it. So
あ
funny.
いつまたとんずらしたのね。
Early? No, I'm guessing it's like 3 in the morning.
仕方ない。私が取ってくるか。
Shera, I would be so surprised if you could actually walk based on how you're talking.
なんかきっついやつはないかなと。
Tell you what, she's impressing me. Oh no.
ブランデー発見。
Look at that face she's making. What the? That's a...
ダメよ、シェラザード。寝覚めなんだから、軽い果実酒ぐらいにしておかないと。じゃ、両方ね。
You all are not okay. Like, this kind of behavior is so self-destructive. Come on.
やめて。信じちゃう。
At least he has like some self-awareness, but he's still not leaving.
ところでさ、アイナ。
Anya. Whatever it
あ
is.
の後何杯飲んだのよ。あの後？ほら、二人で初めて飲んだ時。
She sounds so ornery. Scherazard began pouring alcohol into Olivier's head. Onto his head, like literally on his head. Oh, it says
シェ
changing
ラ
color.
ザードったら、注ぐ場所を間違ってるわよ。ありゃら？あ、ほんとだ。
キュー。
He's done. Probably for the best. You poor people. 5 years ago. Alright, so this is a while ago then, because I think like the events of the first 2 chapters was only a year ago. So this is like when Estelle and Joshua are like still in like school. They haven't like even like started their bracer training.
これだけ広いと配達も楽じゃないわね。
Interesting. So again, they're kind of doing a slight change to her art style here. Like the head that they've drawn here definitely looks different. what we were just seeing was the model that we've seen in the first 2 chapters. This is not that. It's also not the new stuff we're seeing for this chapter. So this is just a, like, Scherazard in the past also getting her own, like, distinctive look for 5 years earlier. How old is she supposed to be anyway?
次はゲエルベリ級？あんなとこまで行くの？あ、これだから都会は嫌なのよ。
And this is how she's supposed to meet
さっきの遊撃士さんじゃないか。おかげで助かったよ。ずいぶん力持ちなんだね。
Okay.
どうだい、うちに来ねえか？姉ちゃんなら歓迎するぜ。
悪いけど興味ないわ。こっちは急いでんのよ。じゃあね。
Oh, the Fisherman's Guild. The cult is starting. Oh, there she is. Interesting. Look at her hair. Looks very pretty. So yeah, because she heads the office of the branch, like the branch head office. But is she actually a Bracer? I wonder. 5 years had passed since the 100 Days War had come to an end. The scars it left were slowly healing, and life was returning to Liberl. People gathered in the cities and towns that returned to their former state, and their revived orbment trade brought the kingdom prosperity. Peace was becoming normal once again. God, it's hard to imagine that they had a full-scale war like just 10 years ago. Not all that was happening in Liberl at the time was so positive, however. There was also a period in which corruption was rife within the military. Many of the army's officers at the time cared for nothing but lining their own pockets or gaining power and prestige. Between the development of orbital technology to booming prosperity, much was forgotten. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. I also, you can see how that could be the motivation for Corporal Richard to wanting to crack down on stuff and to setting up his investigation unit. Like initially it was about protecting the interests of the country and probably trying to root out that corruption, but then he got twisted by Ouroboros. His good intentions being warped.
誰もいないのかしら。
If you have a request, please write out one of the forms on the right and place it in the box. Bracer Guild, Grancel Branch. Yeah, so where's oh, what's his name? Like, so I guess he's not stationed here yet?
建物内に人影はなし。通信機はあるのね。少しお借りしようかしら。
Oh. Ah.
疲れた。なんで私がこんな雑用。あら？お客さん？仕事の依頼かしら？ええ、ギルドにお仕事を頼みたいのだけれど、あなたは？シェラザード・ハーベイ。ブレイサーよ。まだ準遊撃士だけど、腕は信じてもらって構わないわ。まあ、遊撃士の方だったの？ごめんなさい。とっても若い方だったから。
Yeah, so I think she's kind of like Estelle, where like she was made a junior bracer pretty young, like when she was like 16, I think.
私はアイナというものです。よろしくね。ああ、挨拶はいいから、早く依頼内容を教えてちょうだい。今ここには遊撃士が2人しかいないのよ。忙しいんだから手短にお願いするわ。
Don't rush the lady.
あら、そうだったの。ごめんなさい。私ったらつい。だから手短にお願い。
Yeah, geez, Scherazard, calm down.
ああ、そうだったわね。実はね、私、オートに来るのは初めてなの。だから、オート見物の案内をしてくれる人を探していて。
I get that, but that also kind of like, it's hard to say, but like it kind of reeks of privilege in a way. Like, I understand that like it's nice and helpful and definitely would be good, but like she's coming to the bracers, which are, you know, I thought they were supposed to be like reserved for like solving major problems and like fighting monsters and stuff. So it's kind of odd that someone would be like, oh, a bracer would be perfect for giving a tour. In normal times, I don't think it would be too much of a problem. I imagine, especially for a junior bracer, that would be perfectly reasonable. But like when it's pretty clear that they're a bit overwhelmed to the point where they can't even like properly staff their own office, it's like, can you like, I don't know, go talk to one of the nuns at the church or something?
オートって広いじゃない？迷子になってしまいそう。でも遊撃士の人ならきっと道にも詳しいはずだと思って。
Yeah, this is not gonna go over well.
ああ、そういうのやめてほしいんだけど。あなた何か勘違いしてるでしょう。遊撃士はボランティアでもなければ都合のいいお友達でもないの。こっちもいろいろ忙しいんだからくだらない依頼は出さないで。
Like, it feels kind of rough, I understand. Like, it's one of those interesting issues where it's like, you want to feel accommodating, you want to be supportive of people, but at the same time, it's like, it'd be like going to a police officer and asking them to escort you around to, like, show you the sights. It's like, could they do that? Yeah, and I mean, you could argue that it's part of their duty as a public servant, but really, like, police officers are about, like, you know, maintaining the laws of the land and trying to protect people who might be in danger. You can't really expect them to give tours.
私は見物がしたいなら一人で勝手に回りなさいよ。まったくこれだから世間知らずのお嬢様は。
Yeah, it feels a bit entitled, but it might not be necessarily like her fault if she's lived a very sheltered life and in like her whole world has been like that's an expectation.
私はね、大きな仕事をこなして声優劇士の推薦状を書いてもらわないといけないのよ。
Right, that's one of the things that I think we got a poor example of. Because when we were playing as Estelle and Joshua trying to get their recommendations, we basically go to an area, we start working, immediately something crazy would happen, we do some big mission, and then we get a recommendation and move on. We basically did the entire circle, what was probably the equivalent of like a couple months, which I think is really abnormal. I imagine most bracers have to work in an office for a few months of just solid, like normal paced work in order to get that recommendation. So for Shera, it could be like she's been here for weeks and she still has like plenty of weeks to be here.
次来るときはもうちょっとマシな依頼を持ってきてよね。お忙しいところを。
Oh, was that all a front? Maybe that was all a lie. Oh, I can.
おや、
oh, Kurt,
ご依頼の
sorry.
方ですか？
I don't know why I thought he was Ken for some reason.
申し訳ない。受付は私が兼任しているのですが。
いえ。先輩、その人は相手にしなくていいですよ。
Holy crap, Shera. I understand, but no, my gosh.
遊撃士をミラで雇える便利な連中と勘違いしてるのよ。ごめんなさい。失礼しますね。
Shera.
少々お待ちいただけますか？
Yeah. Shera, like, you have to understand, like, you just because you probably have better things to do, you shouldn't treat people like that still, especially because, like, the Bracers organization thrives off of its ability to build trust in people. Maybe she doesn't have a real concern now, but if you mishandle her and she has a real concern in the future, she might not turn to the Bracers when it would really be good for her to do so.
シェラザード君。
He's about to tell her to give her a tour, isn't he?
何ですか？
彼女の依頼を受けてあげなさい。困っている人を助けるのも遊撃士の仕事だよ。
でも私だって忙しいんですよ。オート見物なんて付き合ってる暇なんて。
But unfortunately, Kurt's kind of got a point here that attitude you have about it is actually kind of made this a priority, unfortunately.
他の依頼は当分受けなくてもいい。
そんな、先輩は受付も兼任だし。
君は準遊撃士だろう。今はまだ先輩から学ぶ立場にある。
Yep.
行ってきなさい。この依頼が済んだら推薦状を書いてあげよう。
Fetch me, okay. He really upped the stakes here.
声優劇士の推薦状ですか？でもこんな簡単な仕事で。
No.
どんな仕事でも手は抜かない。 それが君の信念だろ?
He's kind of seeing, I think he's also seeing the opportunity that this is like a chance for her to be humbled a bit.
はい。
それでは、よろしく頼む。
See ya.
ありがとうございました。
いや、二人とも気をつけて。
はい。お世話になりました。
Shera's like, oh my gosh.
まあ、今の彼女にはいい勉強になるだろう。
I get it, I get it. I mean, I do think Shera has a point though. She's not wrong, but there's a lot to be said about like making sure, even if you can't.
なんで私がこんなやつの重りを。
But again, like it's that attitude is the bigger problem. It's almost worth it just to try and help that, unfortunately.
ごめんなさい。やっぱり迷惑だったかしら。
Shera, breathe. Trauma on.
いいわよ、もう。この取り澄ました話し方を聞いてるだけでイライラしてくるわ。
I hope you're not saying that out loud.
で、どこに行きたいの？そうね。念のため、エーデル百貨店で買い物をしておこうかしら。念のため？エーデル百貨店は東街区よ。間違えないわよ。なんかいちいちイラつく。
Oh, now we're playing. Oh boy. All right, let's see if we can see anything about our stuff. Our stuff. Why am I Kevin in this picture? Hello? Game? What are you doing? Weird. Okay. But it's very basic stuff. Okay. So, let's go explore. This is the Fisherman's Guild, huh? I wonder how you join. Yeah, it's like frothing at the mouth already. Hey there again, Miss Bracer. Decided to come give us some extra muscle after all? Thanks. My job was to unload the goods, which I've already finished. My work here is done. Aw, no need to be cold with us. Carrying these things is such a pain. Maybe we could put in a request to the guild to get someone to do this too? Or maybe you could, you know, actually do your jobs? Stop slacking. It's painful to watch. Sheesh. But I kinda get it though. Like, you literally get paid to do this. Hey, if it ain't the young Bracer. You got guts, young lady. I like that. Thanks, I guess. Alright, think about giving this sack of bones over there a pep talk. You could do with half the guts you got. How about you do that yourself? Yeah, that attitude of hers. I spotted an Erebonian ambassador in the city a while ago. After all that's happened between us and the Erebonians, I wasn't quite sure how to react when I saw him, to be honest. Yeah, it's fair. Alright, hey there, for some delicious candy. We got plenty of varieties to cater to everyone's taste. Gaspard, you sound familiar. I just arrived here from the countryside and wow, the capital sure is huge. I feel like I'm gonna get lost at any minute. I just arrived here from the countryside, hoping to find work. It's time to get searching, time to get working. You know, the department store changed owners recently. The previous owner's daughter taking over the reins now. They say she's plenty capable for her age too. Oh, little kids. Huh. You have very distinctive hair. Phoebe. I suspect the department store over the Eastern Bloc, you know. What's it called? Edel or some junk? It's all super fancy. Can't bring myself to get close. What, Nana? Wow, can't believe she can do that. What if your parents find out? Okay, so it's the same thing there. Started to shop with my friend who I go way back with, Tom. He's got the technical expertise, I've got the management experience. Together, I'm sure we'll make this work. If you're looking for Tom, he's up on the 3rd floor. Why not go see him? He offers his own special services up there. Welcome. This is the counter where I handle repairs. If you have any orbits that need fixing, I can repair them for you. I'm kind of bad at dealing with customers, you see. They make me really nervous. All I want to do is mess with orbits without having to talk to anyone. That is a good pairing though. So he's very like gifted probably, or very talented, but he's not social enough to be able to utilize it in a business sense. Oh yeah, we gotta talk to you. You're just wandering around a lot. Welcome to our store. Have a look around. Let me know if you see something that catches your eye. All my husband does is stay in the back and deal stock. He never comes out to sell anything at the counter. So I'll just have to handle things here at his place. I mean, at least, again, it's a good, it seems like an ideal partnership in that way. Welcome to our store. If you're looking to buy something, though, you should head back upstairs. My wife's manning the counter at the moment. If you want to buy anything, go speak to my wife at the counter. She'll be happy to sell it to you. You look super busy, I'm sure. You're staring at the wall. Today is the day the last Liberl news comes out, isn't it? I best go purchase a copy later. We seem to be getting a lot of customers from other countries here lately. I suppose they all must be coming here on vacation. Certainly don't mind, it's always nice to see the place lively. I feel like there are a lot more tourists coming to Grancel lately. It's not a bad thing either, it makes the city much livelier. Feels like people are already beginning to forget the war that we all endured. It's only mere years ago that we had droves of evacuees flooding into the city trying to get away from the fighting elsewhere. But it feels like everyone's already forgotten all that. Feels like a lot of people have already forgotten 100 Days War, even though it was only a few short years ago. Still, maybe we're trying to forget painful memories is the best thing to do? That's an interesting question, honestly. I wonder if you talk to anyone who's gone through a recent war zone or like been a refugee and ask them, like, do you think it's better to just like kind of move on as quickly as you can, or do you hold on to that those feelings? Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do two parts if I keep talking to people, but it's like tradition. Like we go around, we talk to people. Certainly it's a fine day, isn't it? Here's hoping this is just another peaceful day here in Grancel. Don't say that. I completely agree. Nothing beats peace. Why, thanks to Her Majesty, we were able to pick ourselves up after the war. As a nation, we truly owe our precious amount to her. It certainly is a fine day, isn't it? Here's hoping it's just another peaceful day. He's just like, please, I just want peace. Don't bother me. Don't say anything strange. Don't break anything. All right, to the Eastern Bloc. Are you familiar with the Mayor Wodelmuth of Bose? With the leadership he showed leading the post-war relief efforts, the managerial skills he gained from living in Bose, he sounds remarkably capable. So that must be, is that Maybelle's dad? Or the mayor's daughter attends Janus Royal Academy. He's one of the most intelligent students there too. Bose has a bright future ahead of it. Yeah, that's definitely her dad. This is the Calverdian Embassy. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to ask you to step away. Authorized personnel only. That's fair. Oh, why are you sparkling? Anton! It's Anton! The sun's rays are warm, the clouds are white and fluffy, the breeze is gentle. Look, Ricky, it's like the whole world is blessing us. Hurrah for school life! Behold the beauty of the world. He's, still a dreamer. By some miracle of the universe, Anton actually ended up getting accepted into Janus. By the same miracle I did too. I only took the exam because I had nothing better to do. Ricky, you need to get some goals in life, man. I can only assume Adios is playing a prank on the two of us or something. What's up with you today, Anton? I don't think I've ever seen your face that lit up before. No one around you is gonna need a light bulb ever again if you stay like that. Excuse me. Can't breathe. Again, feel like I'm getting sick. This year is the 12th year the Sicilian airliner has been in operation. There's not going to be a major celebration taking place, but I'm planning to hold one of my own. First, I'll need to buy what I need here at the department store. The ice cream shop open. The second orbally powered clock made the year 1163, the Septian calendar by Zycian manufacturers. Welcome, would you like some ice cream? It's delicious, I assure you. Is that a young Dorothy? No, it can't be. That's absolutely a young Dorothy. That's amazing. Look at her. Look at her without her glasses. Like, look at that. Her voice actor. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Huh, I don't remember there being an ice cream stall up there before. Maybe I just never noticed. I don't remember being an ice cream stall up there before. Possible I just never noticed, but I feel like I would have. Maybe it's new or something? Maybe it's part of Ouroboros. This is the Erebonian embassy. Only authorized personnel will pass beyond the point. If it does not describe you, please step away. Alright, see if there's anyone else to chat to before we go into the store. It was a terrible shock when the Crown Prince Julius and wife lost their lives. They were both such lovely people. It's a terrible tragedy we had to lose them. It's a terrible shock. Yeah, their smiles are permanently burned into my memory. Don't ever forget them. Aww. That's so crazy to see all these little references to stuff that's happened and that we see like the effects of. Me and Mommy got separated, but it's okay. I can find my way home on my own. I wonder if Mommy's shopping in the department store again. I guess I'll have to wait for her here. Oh, are you okay, child? You say you're okay, but are you actually okay? Alright, I think we've talked to everyone. Let's go into the stores. Calm down, Shera.
そうね。やっぱり回復薬は一通り補充しておこうかしら。
Alright, so she is a bracer.
はあ?
Oh, I wonder, is she from another country? Maybe she's a bracer from like Calvard or Erebonia. If she's from Erebonia, maybe she's not a bracer, but she's like, she is a Jaeger, but she wants to leave. Maybe she didn't like what the war was all about or something, and she's coming here to become a bracer, but she's already got a lot of combat experience. That could be interesting.
あら? この本、クルツ先輩が読んでたやつじゃない。へえ、ここで買い物してたのか。結構難しい本も並んでるのね。
Oh my, wait. Who are you guys? They look kind of familiar.
シェラザードさん。何？あのね、この近くにね、知ってる？知らないわよ。私は甘いものは苦手なの。私、久しぶりに食べたくなっちゃったな。
Okay, so you're on the run from some people. So you need protection, which is why you wanted to brace her.
さあ、行きましょう。ちょっと。
Huh. Who are those guys? They kind of dress similar to like Walter does. How Walter does. I think the shades or whatever might seem to remind me of them. Oh my gosh! I just realized I have no EP or CP right now. What the heck? Wait a minute. Orbment. Oh my gosh! She just doesn't even have an orbment right now. That's kind of crazy. Also, the picture's fixed. Okay. All right, game. I'm not sure what your problem was, but all right. All right, ice cream store. That's odd because this guy's like, I don't remember the ice cream. Anya brought 2 ice cream cones from the stall. I said I don't like sweet things. Oh, you'll like this. Be like, so what if she was like allergic to it?
そろそろ正午ね。あと24時間。
24 hours to do what? Are you playing tag? Like.
少し危険だけど。ちょっと。え？さっきから上の空じゃない？何ぼーっとしてんのよ。あ、どうしたのシェラザードさん。なんだか怖い顔。
Yeah, what's going on?
あなた、何か私に隠してるでしょ。さっきからうさんくさいったらありゃしない。白状しなさいよ。 それとも何か後ろめたいことなわけ？
実は私ホテルに忘れ物をしてしまったみたいなの。
Okay, yeah, so just keep lying, sure.
まったく臭いごまかし方を。あくまで白を切り通そうってわけ。
At least Scherazard's not...
じゃない。
Sorry. At least Shera's not blind. Because the thing is, like, she's like, okay, she's obviously lying. Shera's gotta be clever enough. Like, I like how it's showcasing that. Like, she's not just so angry, she's blinded by her anger into not, like, actually, like, looking for the signs or seeing that things aren't 100% on the level. Which is good. I think just because Shera's younger and she's clearly, like, got a lot to learn and she's gonna be learning something here, I like how they're also depicting how she is still pretty sharp.
一度ホテルに取りに行ってもいいかしら？
いいわよ。付き合ってあげるわ。あんたがボロを出すまでね。
ありがとう、シェラザードさん。南通りを使いましょう。
了解よ。
Through the south block, can I not take us through the north block? Or through the museum? They're sure taking time to get here. What are they even doing? Who are you looking for? Are you waiting for somebody? Wilma, the curator here, is going to be leaving the next month for a research institute abroad. She'll be missed, but none of us have any right to stop her. The fact that she's able to do that just goes to show how talented she is, I suppose. Okay. So a lot of this is looking very similar. We've definitely read this stuff before. Oh yeah, Wilma. It's normal to be nervous and start doubting yourself when you've got your first conference coming up. We'll just take a deep breath and relax, and it's gonna be fine. Could be great. This year's archaeology conference is over in the Orad State, I believe. I wish I could have gone. Chances of me going aren't looking so hot this year either. It bums me out. I remember you. I wonder if I should choose a different topic. Oh, I wish I wasn't doubting myself so much. Freaking mood, dude. Mood! The tetracycle towers aren't exactly well known outside Liberl. So would paper on them be well received? I mean, in a way, if you're going to be giving that paper to other archaeologists, talking about something that's only in Liberl would actually probably be very interesting to them, because they'd be like, oh, I've never even heard of this. I'd like to know more. But that's me projecting what I would think. Who knows? The curator here, Wilma, is exceptional at her job. This is why it's such a blow to us that she's going to be leaving us for a research institute abroad soon. Still, as much as I'll miss her, the right thing to do here is wish her well for the future. Santos will be heading off to the conference in the near future too, which means that for a while, the only researcher here will be me. Interesting. Museums are cool.
一度戻って南通りを使いましょう。
I understand.
ギルドの角から大通りを上がるわけね。
ええ、そうよ。
Alright, Shera, you should be pretty obvious, like, oh, those guys are weird. They're dressed kind of funny. Why are they just standing there? Why can't we go close to them? Great Liberl news, the famous Saul Holden has passed away. He was the pride of my generation too. I was like, this just serves to make me feel much older. Holden, that name's familiar. Who's that? Hotel Rodenbum.
ちょっと？
あ、
ホテルってここのことでしょ？
そうなんだけど。
Yeah, those guys.
さすがにグランセル城は警戒が厳しいわね。最適な侵入経路は。
この先はグランセル城よ。どうする？
そうね。
そろそろボロを出すわね。聞かせてもらおうかしら。
Yeah.
私を散々引っ張り回した理由をね。
やってらんねえな。俺は少し外の空気を吸ってくるぜ。
Oh crap! Oh.
やがった。
何？
おとなしくしやがれ。
Holy crap! Just freaking pulls out a gun? Jeez. Hint, protect all NPCs. If an NPC's HP reaches 0, the game is over. Right. Although I'm pretty sure she could fight. Oh wow, look at that. He has 248 health. We have 359. I'm so used to having way more than that. No arts. Got some crafts, so we don't have any CP. So yeah, guess we're just doing this. Why are you running towards the combat? Huh? She tried to hit. What are you doing? You crazy. Get back from him. What are you even trying to do?
Oh, are we done already?
Okay. Well, that was weird.
なんなのこいつ。戦闘の訓練を受けてるじゃない。
まだ気づかれてないみたいね。でも、このままだと時間の問題。
Yeah, maybe like
なん
start
か、いい方法は。
start talking.
ちょっとあんた、いい加減説明しなさいよ。
Shera's right.
この黒服の男は何なのよ。
軍に警戒されてもまずいし。
聞いてるの？
Stop shouting though.
静かに。
やはり宿泊客名簿にはないようだな。
Oh, fetch.
箱入りのお嬢様ならてっきりホテルにご宿泊だと思ったんだがな。
仕方がない。街の中を
Run! Oh,
探す
fetch.
か。
Ah, fetch.
見つけたぞ。こいつだ。捕まえろ。
大声出しちゃダメ。
Oh no.
おい、聞こえたか。ああ、あっちの方向だ。
Oh, okay.
いたぞ。あれが
Well,
ターゲット
we're
だ。
in trouble now. 4
あ
of
の
them.
金髪の女だ。捕まえろ。
何ちょっと、何これ。こら依頼人、いい加減説明しろ。
とにかく逃げて
ああ、待ちなさいよ。
If they actually get away from these guys, that would be amazing. Look at the jazzy music here, but it matches pretty well. I mean, it's not like it's unusual music, but it's like, it's a good fit. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them! Newspaper? Newspaper? Oh, fetch me. We can try the sewers. Landing port, huh? Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely some good places to hide here. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Don't turn. Dang it! Ugh.
撒いたよね。
なんとかね。
Let's point out, Shera is like training to be a combatant, right? She's got to be in pretty decent shape. The fact that Anya, whatever her name is, she's still standing looking around. Shera's like gasping. So Anya's she's pretty good shape too.
それじゃあ、そろそろ話してもらおうかしら。あの黒い連中は何？
Yeah.
どうして追われてるの？
I agree. Yeah, we
あ
should
なた
know.
の目的は何？
You're really gonna be that evasive now? Maybe you can't say it, but like you gotta be able to say something.
またごまかしたらぶつわよ。
I will hurt you.
この鞭で。
Oh, jeez.
それは痛そうね。実はね、あの人たち、
Okay.
私を捕まえようとしているみたいなの。
Well, I gathered that much.
それは見ればわかる。
You're like, no. They only shouted, there she is! Get her!
私が聞きたいのはあなたの事情よ。どうして追われることになったのか。きちんと話しなさい。
そうね。
Okay. Okay.
一緒に住んでいた祖父が他界してしまったの。
おじいさんが？
ええ、祖父は資産家だったから、私にも遺産を残してくれると言っていたんだけど。
Oh, I wonder if he was in like a lot of debt, and so whatever he passed on to you, maybe the debt collectors want.
遺言状には、すべて孫のアイナに譲ると書かれてあったの。
And actually, no, what it might be is it could be extended family that wants the piece of the inheritance they feel they deserve.
それで、資
産家の遺産。
Yeah.
まあ大体の予想はつくわね。親族だの親戚だのがたかって遺産の分け前をよこせってことでしょ。
That sucks. If that's what's going on, that's what sucks about, like, if you find success, it feels like all the people in your life, friends in your family, like, it's like one of the craziest tests to have to go through, because suddenly everybody wants a piece of you, and if they're like more focused on themselves than on you and your relationship, you just feel like a piece of meat getting passed around. And the other thing that's odd too is also, I think this happens as well, because if you've been around with the channel long enough, you know that I went on a pretty crazy weight loss journey. Still doing really good on that, thankfully. But I've always struggled with weight, and I've always been a much bigger person. And what's crazy to me was even just the fact that, like, I lost a significant amount of weight, and now have a very, like, I wouldn't say I'm in the most, like, the greatest of shape, or I definitely don't have the most, like, appealing, like, I'm far from model material. Let's just say that, right? But I am more like in line with like the status norm, acceptable norms of like of height, weight, balance type stuff, right? Just somewhat decent. What's insane is that even then, even though I'm not jacked or ripped, I'm not like in some crazy thing. Like I'm not like amazingly attractive or anything. But it's incredible how people started treating me differently just because I lost weight. Both people who had never met me before, just like the default way people reacted to me was different, and people whom I knew who changed how they behaved around me as I lost weight. That shocked me because I thought I understood most of these people in my life, and yet for a lot of them it changed. Now, the people who really matter, didn't really change. But that sadly, it's a small group of people who never stopped treating me the same or started treating me like any differently. And like, that's just insanely just on basic appearances alone. I imagine if you ever have success in money or just recognition, you become famous, music star, movie star, whatever, I imagine the hardest thing in the world is not finding friends. I'm sure there's like people who are bending over backward trying to be your friend. It's finding people who actually care about you instead of your money and your fame and the success and that they can glean just by being around you. Can you imagine how hard it would be to be like a famous like actor or movie star or singer, especially if you became successful when you were still like in your young teens, early 20s, and like you become that successful, that famous? How do you understand or even know who really cares about you? Because there's so many people who will say they care about you, but would abandon you in a heartbeat if you no longer provided the fame and the money that they see that you provide, that they perceive as your value. That must be so hard to be a person who's famous in that regard. I don't think it means it actually is too hard, as in like you have so many other things you don't ever have to struggle about, you know, like being financially secure, if you're like not stupid with your money, you'll be set for life. Like that stuff's great and would absolutely be worth the struggle. But man, it would be kind of lonely feeling like you're not sure if you have any actual friends who actually care and would be there if like you hit rock bottom.
おじさんはとっても優しい人なんだけど、でも20歳になるまで面倒を見てあげるからって。
Okay.
だから遺産の管理は任せておきなさい。最悪ね。
ちょっと目が怖かったから断っちゃったわ。
Well, at least you're not completely stupid.
と、隠れて。
And hence these are your uncle's goons running around, huh? Dang, how
最近で
sad.
はあの黒い人たちが雇われているみたい。私が正式に相続しなければ遺言状は無効になるから。
Ah, so they just want to hold you away from reclaiming your inheritance before maybe your certain day, tomorrow apparently.
多
Dang.
分それで捕まえようとしているのだと思う。
Holy crap.
あの戦闘能力、ただのチンピラじゃないわ。あんな危険な連中が昼間っから王とうろついてるなんて。
With guns, like they're running around with guns in the street.
軍は一体何をしてるのよ。
親戚の中に軍部に通じている人がいるらしいの。
Dang, that's crazy.
私の家、名家だから。
You know what, at this point, I think that's more harmful than helpful.
頭痛くなってきた。あんな連中を雇って遺産の奪い合いとは、いかにも金持ちらしい悩みね。
ごめんなさい。
別に。
Yeah, it's these guys we have a
まず
problem
いこ
with.
とになったわね。正直。もう一度やっても勝てる自信がない。
Especially if it gets more than one.
なんとか連中に見つからないように、ギルドに避難しないと。
Oh, crap. How do we do this? What even is the next step? Oh, fetch.
そういえば、鳩に餌をやるのは。
後に。
連中の隠語、もしくは合言葉かしら。だとすると。
They've ambushed us. They found us.
おっと、こっちは行き止まりだぜ。手こずらせやがって。
Oh, boy.
逃げ足だけは褒めてやるがな。捕らえろ!
Well, fetch me. Right. Oh no. I don't like this. Ouch. This is getting dicey. Holy crap! Dang, when you hit, you hit. Dang it. I should have saved because I have to do this fight again. Because if they take her out, I just have to redo the fight. But if they take me out, like, I might just lose. We know that these fights can, like, have meaning now. Okay, one down. Dang it. So when you hit hard, but if you don't hit, it's bad. Get him. Take him out. Yes. Okay. Now we're in trouble.
Oh, なかなかやるじゃねえか。
Okay, yeah, so I think that was one of those ones where like we could lose and it would have continued with the story.
さすがにきついわね。
大丈夫？シェラザードさん。
おい、いつまで遊んでんだ。おっと、危ねえ危ねえ。
Please, Kurt, save us.
くそ、こんな連中に。
シェラザードさん、何か手は？
I really don't.
近くに地下水路の入り口がある。そこを使えば西街区に抜けられるはずよ。
わかったわ。それで行きましょう。目をつむっててね。
Oh, she's got a flashbang?
ちょっと
ワン、ツー。
I like your guts, Anya.
おいお前何を。
スリー。
Yeah. Like.
ちょっと、
Oh.
何これ。
Yeah, what is that?
発煙筒目が痛え。
Run!
さあ、今のうちよ。
You know what? I like her. I like her a lot.
何これ、ツンとくる。マスタード。
Are you... what? If that's mustard gas, they're freaking dead!
待ちなさいよ。
That can't actually be mustard gas. Oh my gosh, maybe it is.
逃がすな。
Are they freaking dead?
なんでそんなもの持ってんのよ。いや、それ以前に大の男を殴り飛ばすか普通。
鍵がかかってるわ。
どいて。
She's like, I'll get it. Scherazard took out a wire and jammed it in the keyhole. Whew! That's slick.
早く。
待てやこら。
Did it lock? Yes. Oh, that's awesome. Even if they break it down, it gives us time. Oh.
鍵をかけやがった。トゲ、俺がやる。
もう一個使う？胡椒味もあるけど。
Why you have mustard gas?
胡椒味？それ自作か？
Wait, is it mustard gas as in like she actually ground up mustard seed and used that?
ベースは白煙なんだけど、いくつかオリジナルブレンドを考えてみたの。
That's freaking awesome.
こっちのは笑い竹の粉末が入ってるのよ。
Laughing mushroom.
本当に効くのかしら。
I have no idea. Wait.
やめなさいって。煙が逆流したらどうすんのよ。
感情の扉だ。誰か斧を持ってこい。あの甘。
Where do we need to get? Like, where can we go to get your safety?
これで少しは時間が稼げそうね。あのね、そういう危険物を気安く使わないの。いや、っていうか作るなよ。あんたお嬢様なんでしょ？
Hey, what kind of high-class lady have hobbies?
でも役に立ったでしょ。
I mean, she's got a point.
まあ否定はしないけど、まったくそんな技どこで覚えたのよ。
おじい様は蔵書家でね、家にもおじい様専用の立派な書弱館があって。
What kind of books were in this library? The freaking like Pyromancer's cookbook?
役に立つ本をたくさん残してくれたのよ。シェラザードさん、小説とか読む？
Uh-huh.
有名なスパイ小説でね、主人公が発煙筒を作るシーンがあるんだけど。
Oh my gosh, wait, you read fiction and did that? That's insane.
お話で読んだか。こいつやっぱお嬢様だわ。あのね、あんたのためにはっきり言っとくけど、さっきのはまぐれよ。何度も通用する手じゃない。本で読みかじっただけの生半可な知恵や力を振り回すものじゃないわ。今後はこんな軽はずみな行動は取らないでちょうだい。わかった？じゃ、さっさと行くわよ。
Alright. Now we're good for the fun part. Oh, do you not like the dark,
そう
Shera?
いえばあの頃もこんな場所ばかり逃げ回ってたっけ。感覚が戻ってきたか。
何か 悪いことを言っちゃったかしら。
Ironically, you've been doing that this whole time, but this case is not what's bothering her.
行きましょう。あの連中ならこの程度の扉すぐにこじ開けてしまうわ。ここも魔獣が出るはずよ。私から離れないように。
Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is taking a turn. All right. So this is going to be odd and interesting, but I feel like this is a good place to stop. It's gonna be it's another one of those ones where it's like I feel like we are splitting it in half, but if I try and go much longer, it's just gonna have a more awkward break point. I think this is a good place for us to end. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you don't mind. It's a little bit like it could be longer, but I also feel like it's just a good place. I really like this story. This story's been really fun. Just the idea of like how they met, who they are, like kind of the situation that they're in. It's very fascinating, very interesting, and quite unexpected, really. I didn't think that Shera's story was going to be this far back in her past. I genuinely thought it was going to be like a, how did Shera transition from the end of chapter 2 to the start of chapter 3? Like, what was that part of her life going to be? Which I think will be an interesting story to explore, but this is a bit more fun to see. Young Shera, Junior Bracer, Anya, who's like a rich girl who like makes her own homemade like flashbang bombs, which is just hilarious. And like her circumstances, and seeing the fact that she works in a small town with the Bracers Guild, I almost wonder if what's gonna happen is at the end of all of this, we're gonna do our best to get her where she needs to go, but then like it'll put like Shera will be put into a position of like real danger, and Anya will give up her fortune to save her, and like kind of like give up that rich lifestyle. And then in return, Shera says, well, you know, we need some extra help. I can get you a job with the Bracers. And that's how she becomes, like, how she works with the Bracers, is that she basically ends up giving up her fortune to a corrupt, like, uncle who, like, wants to just take all of her money, which is really sad if you think about it. But I bet you that's how this ends. So I'm really curious to see how it plays out and see if I'm right or not. And ultimately, I'm pretty happy to see how this is going to go. Really interesting. I love this game so much. There's so much just character, and not just character, but characters to explore and to get to know. Again, I think another reason why this episode took a while is because I took time to talk to NPCs, get a feel for things, and I feel like that's still an important part of this game to get a good sense of stuff that's going on in the world, even if it is distracting. So again, I feel like I'm apologizing a lot for it, but that's the thing, is like I also don't really feel that sorry, because I love exploring games like this in depth. I like being able to take them apart and pull the pieces and kind of see where the threads take us, because that's part of what makes it so much fun to be able to play these games, to enjoy, to have that just wonderful experience. So thank you so much for joining me for that, and I hope you enjoy yourselves. And until next video, watch me, have seen me next. I'll see you later. Bye.